Aloha from Hawaii.
So, hey, God bless you, Abe from Substats, joining us from a wonderful, beautiful trip to Hawaii. God bless you for convincing the missus to give you a chance to be here. So, aloha.
Aloha. Thank you.
There we go. So, hey, everyone else, welcome PGF and submission grappling and jiu-jitsu fans. Welcome to Egghead Scramble podcast. We have an amazing show for you tonight. We're going to have some great stuff. First, and not yet, CJ, I'll tell you when. We have a little bit of a preview, a pretty amazing video that I've watched at least 50 times about the PGF. We'll show it here in a second. And then we're going to bring on Cam Hurd, just a quintessential, I'll say it, badass, competitor and somebody I wish I could have gotten on my team if I had one, and we might talk about that later. But somebody I just truly respect, a great man. Cam Hurd will be here, Las Vegas Kings member. We'll talk a little bit to him, and then we're going to turn over the mic to Abe over here, Substats, the successor. Well, that's interesting. The successor of Egghead. So there's going to be a peaceful transition of power, as we do in democracies. And Egghead will no longer be the stats guy for the PGF. Abe from Substats will be, and you will be in better hands because this is what he does for a living. And so he's good. He's another Marine. So, I mean, one crayon eater for another. I mean, that's kind of 6'7", as my daughter would say, I guess. I don't know. But all right, enough ramble. CJ, roll the clip, dude.
You could also say, like, CJ, spin that.
Full screen, please. Oh,
That was badass.
I mean, seriously, if you're not excited, why are you here? I mean, this is like, I think I've watched that on repeat like a gajillion times. If you take like all their views, like maybe minus 100 is me, because I mean, it's like, I mean, I could sleep to that. That's so beautiful, and it's people I care about.
Was that AI, or did someone like cut that together, or did someone just put that in ChatGPT?
I mean, it's in the subhead there. I mean, the kids would call that AI slop. I don't think, I think it's great AI. I mean, I really think that they took some great stuff and made kind of a storyline of it. And as a guy that's had some fun with some Sora, that stuff's not hard. It's not easy. So like for instance, with like Cockle there, we had to kind of that beam up and boop, boop. That happened to me like 5 times when I was trying to do my beam up, promos for the Phenoms, their qualifier. I had to go like talk to Sora like 5 or 6 times, like, no, beam up. But it's fine. It works. It's fun. I mean, yeah, JB's right. It's AI and some footage, a mix of both. He's right. So I mean, obviously showing Derek Robin in there, that's there. But and also thank you. I'll give myself a little props there. Thank you, sir. I do my best. But obviously, that Cam Hurd, who we'll have on here in a second, that was some sweet picks that we had from the last season, because the Kings, in their infinite wisdom, which I don't have to appreciate because I might be against them, and was really smart in signing him. And he showed up last season, with the Kings, the little lapel pin, I believe. We'll ask him about him, ask him about that in here in a second. But yeah, that's, if you're not motivated by that, I mean, I don't know why you're here, right? I mean, like, did that not excite you?
That got me fired up. That's cool.
Period. Yeah. So, okay, enough preamble. So just giving you guys the roadmap for today, and yes, I knife handed you like a former Secretary of Defense. It happens. We're gonna go. We're gonna talk to a phenomenal PGF competitor, somebody who's transformed himself in jiu-jitsu that everyone should be paying attention to. I'm most definitely paying attention to, and well, we'll save any other comments for that. But Cam Hurd will be here, and then then we're gonna have Abe give us a little preview, some stats for the Philly Phenom qualifier happening tomorrow, because it's about to get real in this house.
Got some stats to show for that and for Cam.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, we'll let you talk during Cam and that. I mean, Abe's always a participant. Like, so if you don't realize this, there's a peaceful transition of power happening here. Egg was the stats guy for the PGF, but for reasons that will be announced at the end of the show, I have, according to Raph and Tim Freeman, I've apparently been fired in disgrace because of inconsistencies.
Out of my way, jabroni.
Thank you, CJ. But there might be another reason why I can't be a commentator anymore. But with that, we have the opportunity to bring this way. There we go. We have the opportunity to bring a real number statistician that does this stuff for his real job. As part of the PGF, it's going to augment everyone, just make us all better. And yes, as Raph pointed out during his Bill Clinton live, I might just have my laptop out, during the show. So if you mess up, I might call you out during the broadcast. It's not my fault. Double checking you. I'm trying to help you.
Please validate but trust, or trust but validate.
There you go, a little Reagan action. I love it. So anyway, pardon me. So we're gonna get Cam here in a second, and then we're gonna go. Abe here, even though he's giving us some great time away from his Hawaii vacation, and so we'll try to keep that tight. Sorry, being a little bit long already. And then we'll talk about maybe a big announcement. Perhaps maybe there's
Sounds
something
like a plan.
Happened. All right, CJ, let's go. Bring in our man. There he is.
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Good. How are y'all?
Outstanding, sir. So I mean, for the fans that don't know, and I don't know how you don't know if you're here, but Cam Hurd, PGF Season 5 veteran. And multiple season veterans after that. I mean, part of the winning team, multiple seasons. An MVP because Cam actually developed the term the stopper because he might be the last guy picked on a team in the past, but he was the guy that, okay, fine, but you're never going to submit this man. And you're a dog. I remember season 7 to the 205 range. You and Caleb Crump might have been the best match of the whole season. Fan favorite. Season 5. I mean, to be very honest, and it's going stream conscious right here, but I mean, you came in and we talked before. I gave your profile. I mean, you came as a Virginia Tech wrestler. And I was telling CJ about this earlier. I know that your senior season, your last season, was stolen from you because they screwed up and apparently had paid for your qualification or something like that on your freshman year, and they stolen your future. But then somebody gave you an opportunity with jiu-jitsu, and it's kind of give you a second life, if you will. But anyway, so in the PGF wise, season 5, you showed out.
Thank you.
And you've always showed out since then. But more importantly, and just again, sorry guys, just set the preamble. Since the last season we've seen you, holy crap, sir, you're on a freaking tear. I mean, it's like gold, 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 gold. East Coast qualifiers, semifinal.
Thank you.
Holy crap, Cam! What's going on, man? I mean, how are you making this happen? You're not spring chicken, sir.
I feel like one. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. 2025 was a good year, definitely. But I think a lot of that kind of launched from PGF 2024, right in November at the end of that year. Like I was riding that wave. I had a good season. 205 was definitely a little big, but there was a lot of killers on there, and I played my role as the stopper that I needed to be for that team. And, we kind of dominated as New Hope ran away with it that year.
Sure.
And I think a lot of that was, me playing that role and staying in my lane, understanding what the team needs to win. And we executed perfectly. And, we also had the rest of the team was filled with great athletes. And, even after the draft, I don't think everybody would have guessed that. But by the end of the season, everybody definitely knew it. The New Hope regeneration team that year was really strong. And that just kind of, I carried that momentum through 2024 at the end of the year into 2025, getting a lot of those reps in against, really tough guys. And the seasons that I had done, the 175 season, matches against Andy and PJ Barch and some of these guys that have been on the scene forever. And then in the 205 season, like being somewhat undersized, like I bulked up for it. I was definitely strong for it. But with my frame, I'm not really a 200 plus pound fighter at my best anyways. So, I was a little bit and fighting some really tough guys too, a bunch of guys that obviously Ryan Aiken, I got on the same team with someone of that caliber. That's definitely something that helped, and being around him for the whole week. And that's another thing, like even just being on the PGF each season, being with these high level guys and be around them for a week at the time. Now, it's a month, but you get so much better over that time period, like physically, mentally, spiritually, like everything. You just come away from there with like months of improvement in a very short time. So I carried that success from, that 205 season and kind of just built on it and believed in myself a little bit more. And then one win led to another and just kind of snowball effect with my mentality, with my preparation, with learning how to dial things in.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, even the old seasons, I say old, I'm freaking old, but like from seasons before last, it was the 12 matches guaranteed over 4 days, and it was the gauntlet. It was like the 1 week. Holy Jiminy, congrats for making it through it type of situation. But we knew that you would get like a million, miles of level up just from that competition. So you have not done the week by week competition yet. But I mean, but to be fair, that's kind of like the wrestlers, standard like week on, week off type situation. I mean, how do you think you'll adapt to that?
I think it's going to be great. I mean, being that we have so much more time to recover, one, and two, to really break down, analyze, digest, and like implement things before the next week. Where day to day, you can make some small adjustments, but it's kind of like a pit stop in a race. Like you can only do but so much. Whereas like you got time between qualification and day one for like, if you're talking NASCAR, right? You got like days to make changes to the car. You can make a lot more changes in that time span than you can in the pit stop where it's really, you're up in less than 24 hours where from like the format and what it used to be. With week to week. So it's exciting. And I mean, I'm a little envious. I won't be able to be in Vegas for the entire month. I'm going to be there for a couple weeks and then I'm going to be back and forth for a couple weeks. But like I'm envious of the guys that get to be out there for a month because like I said before, you get so much better from beginning to end of a PGF season. And, I've had the pleasure of being able to be a part of 3. And I think each 3 have just like catapulted my growth as a competitor. And honestly, that's what kind of drew me in to do the first season down in Alabama when before all the lights and the money, like it was like an opportunity to go get a bunch of matches and just rep competition over and over and, be around get out of your comfort zone, be around some guys that, you can learn from. And from that season to the next season, I got better. And from that season to the next season, I got better. And as you guys will see here in March, from last season to this season, I got a whole lot better.
I mean, no damn question. I mean, I remember from like, I mean, obviously, I remember you being season 5, and you were the obvious new jiu-jitsu guy, wrestler, filling things out type of thing. And that was fun. But then you just kept leveling up. You just kept. I remember like seeing my first time I saw you at an ADCC Open pull guard and rip a guy's arm off. I'm like, huh, what? Who is this guy? But then now ADCC East the qualifier. Holy shit, Cam! I'm getting in trouble for that, but whatever. I mean, you're a semifinalist. I mean, the dedication you've shown. I mean, that's that yeoman's effort that wrestlers give you. I mean, I have to think that just became ingrained in your soul. Let's talk about like, I mean, geez, you got a family, you have an actual career. I mean, you do pharmaceutical sales. You do well. How do
enough.
Hey, brother, we all do enough. I mean, we all got wives and they want things that, etc. But I mean, yeah. Oh, I felt that eyebrow raised.
Yeah.
I felt that 100%.
I can relate.
So yeah, 100%. So I mean, how good Lord, gentlemen, or most importantly, Cam, how do you juggle all that?
I mean, honestly, it's just more motivation. Like at this point, I've kind of decided, I've already made the decision. Like I'm going to go full steam ahead at this thing and see how high I can climb. And I'm still on the ascension. So I feel like I haven't reached that ceiling yet, and I'm just going to keep going until I get there. I'm not going to say the first setback I get is going to shut me down, but I'm going to, I'm going to see how high I can go in this sport. And it's a lot, but like, honestly, someone like me, I need a full plate. I don't need any idle time because if I have it, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna do the worst with it as possible. So if I have a set skit structure and I know, I'm working out in the morning, I'm lifting weights, I'm dropping the kids off at school, I'm going to work, I'm coming home, I'm hanging out with the kids for a while, I'm taking the kids to soccer practice or to jujitsu practice, and then I'm training in the evening, and then on the weekends they're coming with me to the gym. Like, I got to have my plate full. And thankfully, I've got a family and support system that allows me to do that. And it's the more the better for me anyway. Like, I feel like that's something that I think gives me a little bit of an advantage on some younger guys. Like, I'm still in pretty good shape. Thankfully, I stay on top of my
Pretty good.
strength and conditioning and all that. And I try to do whatever I can to biohack and make sure I'm feeling my best. But also, I've just got like the life experience of handling all this stuff and handling a lot of stress and still trying to keep a sharp, clear mind and make decisions under pressure with, business things, family things. And that carries over into jujitsu things when you're in a stressful situation, and some people are just more matured to that type of stress to handle it better. And I think it's a superpower, kind of, if you can use it as a dad and as a adult with a career and whatever, and then kind of channel it into what you love. Like, I love jujitsu. I think it can be a superpower.
100%. I mean, like you have the Adrian, story, if you will. I mean, like, from Rocky. I mean, like, you have a family back home. You have people that you care about, that you want to make proud, that you want to to show them like the time daddy's been away means something.
Yeah.
And as a fellow father, I understand that you want to show like there's a reason why I can't be around everything.
And that's a kind of a do or die, jump in the deep end, sink or swim mentality too. Like, if I'm going to go do all these things, I damn well better be winning. Like, daddy's not traveling
100%.
all these weekends to come go 3-2 in a tournament or something, like I gotta have, it's like, dude, if you're out here, you better lock the fuck in and, get this done and do what you told your kids you're going to do when you left. Like, daddy's going to bring you home a gold medal.
There you go.
Like, so it's more of like the contract with yourself type of thing that Kobe would say. You got to write a contract with yourself and make it a real thing and manifest it. So
100%. So, like, obviously after the last season, and you have leveled up every season, no question about it. No freaking question about it. Like, your jiu-jitsu has improved every season, and as the number one super fan, sorry, Abe, of the PGF, I've always appreciated you and watching that and our kind of conversations on IG, etc. I guess part of the question is, maybe we should do this. How did you become a member of the Las Vegas Kings?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I was on the winning team with New Hope Regeneration,
Sure.
and that season 7 team, and we got to work with Ricky Lundell and be around Kevin with New Hope, and I was on the team with Travis, and now I've built a really strong relationship with those guys. I get a lot better with those guys. It's like, and when I got the opportunity, they hit me up and said, we changing the draft and how each team gets players this season. Like, we actually get protected players, and we'd like to have you and Jet. And I was just like humbled and couldn't believe, that they, out of all the guys they could have picked, they picked me. And I was like, man, thank you. It's an honor to even be a consideration. And absolutely, like, I know we'll have to kind of come up with logistics of it, but like, if there's a way for me to be a part of this, then I want to be a part of it. And they made sure that, everything's taken care of, anything that I need, making it very worth my time to be out there. They take good care of me, and I'm very thankful to be able to be a part of the New Hope Regeneration community, like being brought to them through jiu-jitsu, even back to like season 5, I guess it was, when it was in Alabama.
Kevin was there.
Kevin was there. And that's the first time I met him. And he's just been an incredible person, and he does a great thing with New Hope. So just having that relationship, and I think also Coach Ricky, believes in me as an athlete. He's kind of similar. He was a wrestler, college wrestler, great jujitsu, similar styles. And he kind of bought into me back in that season 7 and really helped me improve and play that role to stop her all week so that
Sure.
we could ensure that we won. And like getting to work with him again was super exciting. So it was an easy yes. Like it was just, like I said, humbling and very grateful to be able to be picked
Yeah, 100%.
by
So
the
I
Vegas
have a
Kings.
few comments and questions, and then I'm going to let Abe tell you a bit about yourself from the objective standpoint. But I mean, first, 100%. I mean, Ricky Lindell is one of my favorite people. 100%. I've met through
He's
PGF.
incredible.
I mean, he's trained SEALs, but just talking to him as an individual, he's somebody that like inspires me, and so maybe I'm a little bit jealous that he's coaching you. Don't get me wrong. If there was another franchise out there and they got an amazing coach too, but just like Ricky and I have talked, and he's a good dude, 100%. So
He is. He's a great leader too. That's one thing that I think set our team apart from that season 7 team was that we were like a
yeah,
real team. We in a week it was kind of hard to build an aspect of a team in such a short amount of time. But Coach Ricky really made sure that we
yeah,
molded as a team, and the team did a great job of listening to him and
yeah,
learning from him. And we were the only team that stayed healthy the whole time. The
amazing.
only team that dominated in such a fashion. Like clearly something was being done right, and I think Coach Ricky was a big
Well, of
part of
course,
that.
Coach Ricky was huge, and he's amazing. I love him. I'd follow him about anywhere. I mean, of course, you had Master Pedro Sauer there, and good
Yeah,
gracious. I mean, the little. I mean, he's not a big guy, but he's a big presence, and he's somebody that's so knowledgeable and so caring for people. And because I trained at our Pedro
yeah,
Sauer gym for 3 years, and just seeing the amazing things he does for his people, and I'm sure he did for you.
yeah.
I mean, man,
He did. He showed us a lot of great like especially for me being the stopper, like a lot of just submission defense stuff, just ways to shut down points and keep points off the board for other teams. And to be as old, his age, as young, have as many surgeries as he's had, dude, like to see him move around on the mat and
yeah,
still have, I mean, obviously the knowledge is never going anywhere, but to see him still be able to get down and move around and show things. He's flexible as I am. And it's like, I can do this a lot longer than just my 30s and 40s if he's still moving around like that. So that is another thing that keeps me going. Like being an older grappler, 36 years old, it's like, well, guys like that are still moving around. It's possible. So if it's possible, I'm aiming for it. And even if it's not possible, I'm
stop
still
making me
aiming
feel
for it.
old. You say, like, I'm an old grappler at 36. Brother. I mean,
Hey, man, 20 plus years of wrestling and a lifetime of grappling will take a toll. And I've been, knock on wood,
mileage,
very, very
not years,
fortunate.
right? I got
So,
you. So JB says, are you expecting to see anything different at the PGF this time around? Any new challenges that you might face? Again, possibly towards that. We got the weekly format now, type of thing. And also you're a franchise player. I mean, you
yeah.
used to be the stopper. They used to be like the 4 or 5 pick. Now you're a top 2 pick. You and
Mhm.
Jet are the big name guys, and I know for certain that Kevin has already said like he already has the 2 guys he wanted out of everyone possible with you and Jet.
Yeah, no, I think we've got a great starting two, depending on whatever's left with the draft. I think we can make some good moves with the draft and kind of solidify it, but I think we've definitely got the most solid two protected players. And yeah, I think a lot of people might be expecting the Kings to make this decision as Jet is the scorer, Cameron is the stopper. If they can't get scored on in certain places and they can secure points in the others, it's a smart decision. And absolutely, I think that's part of the case. I do think I'm going to be a stopper. Like I'm not going to get submitted by anybody. I'm gotten to the point where I feel really, really like people are looking at their schedule for the next week and they're like, oh shit, I got Cam. Like it's
Yeah.
it's gonna be a fucking brawl and it's not gonna be easy to submit me. And I'm worked really hard on my submission defense, so it's gonna be hard to score on me, yes. But I've also been working on like continuing to improve my submission rate. And I'm sure, we'll get into that here with substats at some point.
Watch out. Foreshadowing.
So, I know definitely back in the early days, the submissions were fewer and more far between, and they're still not where I want them to be. But as with everything else in my career, I'm constantly improving, and that's one of the aspects I'm sharpening up on. And we're less than 7 weeks away from PGF. Everything that I'm doing right now is submission only focused, and I'll be ready by March.
So it's funny because, like, I will give you 100% credit, because my pre-draft ranking of you for season 5, I've watched 10 or so matches. I'm like, dude's gonna dominate. He ain't gonna sub. And I said that, and at the end, you're like, okay, you're right. But then, sir, you have improved just like amazingly. I mean, just like, just parabolic.
Thank you.
Just, after the last season, you're just like, okay, ADCC gold, ADCC gold, ADCC gold. East Coast Trials semi. Holy crap, sir. You're killing it. But I can't ask you any questions unless I ask JB's question. So JB says, who is an athlete that you want to end up on the Las Vegas Kings with you and Jet?
Yeah, I was gonna ask CJ, is there a way to pull up like at least a list of the guys that we're allowed to, or that they know is out yet? Or
that's tough because I've only told him.
I was say I don't want to throw anything out there that's not supposed to be announced yet as well.
Because I've only shared with him the undisclosed numbers because he's my GM.
Okay.
So
you mean like the current draft winners?
Yes, anybody that is already confirmed in the draft.
Let's go. Draft winners. There you go, Abe. So I mean, obviously we got let's run an easy day. All right. So we got Parker Salisbury, TV dinner. We got Travis Harn from Jiu-Jitsu, the tall drink of water. We got freaking there we go.
There we go.
Oh, then now look at Abe. He's already better than me.
My man. Hey, yeah, I mean, so obviously there's still a lot of guys left to be announced. But I do think that, Austin's really strong competitor that I feel like we should keep our eye on. He's pretty good submission rate guy. You see 100% sub rate right there. I mean, a lot of these guys have, especially the top 4.
I mean, Austin does wear a cowboy hat, so I do.
Yeah, and I mean, I fuck with the cowboy hat. I do. I almost wore it on here tonight because I figured you might be wearing yours, and I just got one recently because we went to the rodeo as a family last weekend and had a good time.
There we go.
I got a nice cowboy hat, and I never had one before, and now that I've worn it, I feel like I might start wearing it more.
I like it. Me and Austin my last one was stolen by the producer. Sorry, go ahead.
So me and Austin might show up in some cowboy hats and just steal all the shine from the twisters because I think we probably both look better in a cowboy hat than any of the twisters do. So
shots fired.
I'd like to have Austin on our team. I feel like he's a solid, another guy that's going to put up a lot of points. The rest of the guys, I think we can't really go wrong. Travis Haven seems to have a strong submission rate. I don't know too much about him. I know Sam, obviously we've been in multiple seasons together. He's kind of similar to me. He's really dominant, like positionally. Clearly he can find submissions as well. Jared and I had a great match at Nationals. But again, he's another one that's kind of similar to me with like really strong wrestling, kind of can be dominant in some positions, but I don't know, his submission rate might not be as like some of these guys like Austin and Travis.
No, you're 100% correct. Like I mean, obviously Sam, I mean, the other teams aren't blind. Sam has definitely leveled up since the last time they
Definitely.
saw him. At the Pasadena qualifier, that was masterful. That was against a murderer's row of competition. He's healthy now after his accident he had getting hit by a freaking car while I was a pedestrian. Kind of some BS there, but he's like he's bored again, if you will, in jiu-jitsu, and he's. I mean, I'm not hiding anything here. I mean, if your managers and coaches don't know that he's like one of the top guys everyone's going for, wake up. I mean, because it don't matter because everyone else knows. No, CJ. I mean, it's not hard. They all know that.
What's that, Cam?
I was just noticing this threat index too. This is cool. Is this something you did, Abe?
Yeah. So basically, let me go back to this screen to show the formula because I don't remember off the top of my head. So I had an AI agent, Google Anti-Gravity. I just like gave it a prompt to make this. And what the threat index is, it takes your finishes, multiplies it by 3, then plus your fast finishes, times that by 2, and then you divide that by your total matches. And then you get the threat index, which is going to be on a scale to 1 to 10. So 10 being the highest. So these 3 guys, obviously they have a lot of fast finishes, and they just finish everybody that they face. I'm probably going to tweak this a little bit more to add like total mat time on here to see if that changes anything for everyone and for the current invitees. Oops, sorry.
Could I see my threat index if possible?
Let's go.
Or if you want to wait,
he asked for it. I mean, you said you had it, man.
So I don't have it on here. Well, this is just everyone that's in the qualifiers, not in the.
Okay. I got
you. Not on the teams, but I can show something else.
For him, right?
Yeah. Let me show something else. So.
All right. So, obviously, I gave some issues with like Sam. He's a good dude. We all know this. He's a vet. He's not a role beater.
So what we have here, Cam, is I took your ADCC matches from Miami, Charlotte, New Jersey, and the Las Vegas Nationals that you did last year. I don't have like Dallas or any other ones.
I mean, you gotta get more good ones in there.
yeah. I didn't have time to like scrape the data and get it.
Nah, it's all good.
But here, so what this shows is like a fighter IQ card that I've been developing at Substats. So here it gives you like an ELO ranking, was just like a ranking system. Out of 648 people, you're number 4 in the advanced like bracket category. Here it shows you have 15 matches, 13 wins, 2 losses, 86.7, pretty much an 87% win rate. You got a danger score of 65 out of 100. Your fastest sub out of this data that I got here was at the Las Vegas Nationals, just under a minute. And then if I'm going to click here to view some more specific stats here, this is how your wins are distributed, right? So at ADCC, you win a lot in points. You have 4 submissions, very little decisions. When you do get submissions, it breaks them down into these buckets. So you got 2 in under a minute, 2 in about a minute to 2 minutes, and then 1 over 3 minutes. When it comes to before or after points, it's kind of like same thing, showing your submissions in various different time buckets right here. Still got to clean this up a little bit some more. Yeah, thank you. Yep. Oh, I got one more thing to show.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so this is the grappler card that I developed for all of the current team members right now for each of the teams. So Substats rating, you got a 65, and Substats rating is a combined performance score. So I took your PGF history and like your supplemental matches, which is ADCC and everything else that you did to make this Substat score. And then here have some bullet points about your performance history. So extensive ADCC open and regional events, definitely competing against the highest levels, of course, making it to day 2 of ADCC trials. Why you matter for the Kings. I'm not going to read it verbatim, but you pretty much are, like you said, older badass, older grappler with a lot of experience.
There's your summary.
Yeah, older grappler, a lot of experience, heavy wrestling background, and you're very dependable with the team when they need you. and some commentary notes I thought were cool. One of the most seasoned competitors entering season 9, grinder who forces opponents into long technical battles, and a stabilizing force to the king with elite level mileage. So you don't get tired.
Cool.
Yeah, you don't get tired, and you're very dependable and reliable.
Thank you.
So
Yes, sir.
Cam's a beast, no question about it, and your
course.
analysis is solid. Abe, where I want you to improve just for the PGF, and I'm sorry to give you notes online,
No problem.
is that we need to get a little more qualitative in our analysis. Like I want Cam versus other people on the PGF roster highlighted. And we need to think about like subs within 6 minutes type situation and subs versus like points type of situation. These and here's the end. I mean, like, one, Abe, I'm going to, we're gonna work out a deal. We're gonna help me in with my draft. If hypothetically I had a draft that I cared about, but also two, that's value added to all the teams, which I'm sure they're going to try to steal your services as well, as far as being a stats guy. And pardon me, Cam, just like, a match of you against somebody that's actually on the roster. Well, while it's still jujitsu math, it does mean something.
Yeah.
And that's value added to a team, to the commentators, especially because as a commentator we need to talk about those things. And again, sorry for doing the addressing while we're online, but like that's just value added, which you again, sir, you do this for a living, and you give like solid stats, and those are great like informational pieces. But I just want to get you like on target to maximize benefit for commentators, for Alex Windling, our sideline reporter, etc. Because like you're replacing me. So like I said, it's a peaceful transition of power, and I just want to make sure that that I try to give you every piece of knowledge I can, so that you can do the Egghead, now Abe Substats job.
Yeah, I got a big cowboy hat to fill.
We'll get you cowboy hat. We got that covered. We'll figure that out. It's funny. I did this like when I was like interviewing Twitzer's guys, and then Kevin Lucas, that gentleman's new owner, gentleman he works for, said he loved it. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So this jacket has been my dad since the 70s, because he used to go Dodge City and stuff like that for work. Cowboy hats from California, I'll admit it. Took one of my younger sons to a camp, and we got there a little early, so we went to a kind of a country place and got with that, but it was fun. And then of course the PGF epic roll, gotta love it. So Cam, I guess let's go back to JB always asks great questions. Did we fully get to this question? I don't think we did.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, I apologize.
They pulled up the graphic. We talked a little bit about a couple, Austin specifically, and Hunter being a couple guys that I think would be great for us to get. But yeah, no, I think we've got a great foundation for the Kings. I think I can guarantee Ricky and Travis and Kev are putting their heads together. They're going to be prepared for the draft. And, unfortunately for every other team in this season, the Kings are going to run away with another one.
Yeah, I think there's a fourth team that might come in and might smash you. But I mean, hypothetically, we'll talk about it. I mean, I love Red Dawn. Thank you, CJ. I love Red Dawn. So we'll talk about that later, perhaps. So, I mean, it might not be in your best interest, but what's some recommendations you might have for these new young bucks coming into the PGF?
Oh man, it's gonna be a cakewalk. You guys got nothing to worry about. Drink, party after each comp night. Like, go out, enjoy yourself. It's a lot of hard work. You definitely deserve to cut loose on Wednesday nights. Tank your recovery for Thursday, and the weekend leading up to the next week. Diets, whatever. You can get all fat. You only have to weigh in once, so eat cheeseburgers and stuff each week. Um, yeah, I mean, like you got here, you've done all the hard work. Now it's the easy part for all the guys that have never been here before. It's super, super easy. Just show up. That's all you got to do.
Thank you, Kyle Bame, season 7 pre-draft. Little quote there. That was just, if we all remember that. Just if you don't, folks, just go check that out. I mean, he was like freaking Job from the Bible. Oh my god,
that was funny.
He's like, my marriage is falling apart. I'm
living in my car.
Somebody ran over my dog.
Yeah,
don't spend.
It was funny though, because I mean, it got to the point where in the draft that almost did you favor. It's like, please don't spend too much money on me and screw our whole team. And some teams got it, some teams didn't.
Yeah, but so we fixed that. I mean, so it's always a question of incentives, right? And so now, whatever you get drafted for, that's your salary, sir. You sign up for 15 matches, and whatever you're drafted for or signed for, free agency style, that's your matches. And I sent out some contracts today, hypothetically, until a little bit later, that said, like, if you're injured and somebody has to replace you, they get your per match amount. I mean, that's a thing. I mean, so I guess a question for that. I mean, you've never had that issue that I've seen because you're a freaking beast. But I know that you're a beast that probably fights through injuries. Have you had to deal with an injury during the PGF that you had to fight through?
Yeah, I mean, in the last season, season 7, I took some damage on my arm, not significant enough to keep me out, but during my match with Jabroni, he had a triangle attempt, and I kind of slipped my head out, and as I did, he transitioned to a decent arm bar, not enough to like fully hold control on it, so I was able to kind of wiggle and free my elbow, but that initial pop took some cracks. And then the next day, I woke up, it was nice and swollen. Mobility was pretty limited. But it was like, I also knew part of it was I knew at that point, like, our team is going to win. So if I sit out, it's going to cut into my share of the prize. So I think I'm not going to be a liability to the team to where I can't really perform. I was in good enough shape to go out there and perform well enough to be hard to score on, and deal with it basically. So the elbow took some damage and I fall through. Even in season 5, like, I know my ear was all blown up, my second ear, fresh cauliflower the whole week. I was draining it every night and then blowing it back up the next day. So I've been in that situation, and it's like, I think I saw Sam actually post something recently about this. Like, 100% is kind of a myth almost. Like, you're never really going to be 100%, especially during a tournament like this where you're battling against a lot of other really high level guys who are trying to freaking rip your limbs off because there's money on the line, and that's what we're all there for. So I've definitely been in that situation, had to battle through some things, but through a lot of years of wrestling, a lot of years now of jiu-jitsu, I've learned how to treat injuries, manage injuries, improve injuries, and get back stronger. So here we are.
So, Abe, any last thoughts before Cam leaves us?
One question. So when you did the season, when you had like a bunch of matches like right back to back, like, how did you even have time to like internalize that, to learn better, or it's like to make yourself better to going through all that, or did you just like, all right, cool, just keep going and I'll review at the end?
No, I was day-to-day analyzation, like I say, especially the season with Coach Ricky and Coach Sauer. Like, every day we debriefed. Every day we talked in the morning. Every day we did somewhat of a team practice, and then pre-match meeting and execute, and then another debrief. So it's constant like digestion of data, and like I guess you can only do that as fast as you can. So now having the weeks in between, that's why I think it'll be a huge difference to be able to actually digest things a little bit further. But in the past, it was definitely possible to, kind of digest, analyze, know who you have coming up next and what your objectives are against each person, and it might even be just don't get scored on. Like, and that's honestly what it comes down to sometimes in the PGF. And, you know, obviously the goal is to always go out there and perform, and you can't lack enough because they're strict with the stalling penalties, and you don't want to put yourself in a bad position to where you're going to give up points. So you got to go out there and be strategic in each match, and each person that you have in each match can be a totally different game plan. And I think if you're doing a good job as a team, um, your coach is going to help kind of direct you in the right way and work with you on understanding what your kind of assignment is for each match.
So Cam, thank you. I want to give you an opportunity because I've been told by my producer CJ, he's produced so many QR codes because you were so supported that he's mad at me. He thought I might forget about the opportunity for shouting them out. So Cam, you're a beast. You're somebody that I believe in, that I'm a personal fan of. I'll just say
Thank
this,
you.
and I'll say more a little bit later because I'll give you a sign off. But right now, I want to give you a chance to kind of shout out your sponsors and those people that have made your journey, which is freaking epic, available. So please, take this opportunity to shout out your sponsors. And
Thank you.
CJ,
Yeah, I don't know if
you can go
CJ.
you can go single on him if you want as you do this. I just asked
Yeah,
him
and
to
I
do.
don't know if CJ has any like graphics or anything of
He does.
the sponsors and everybody that I need to shout out. But there's a lot of people that are supporting me on this journey, and I'm really thankful for. Uh, you know, Lasso, Jiu Jitsu being one, keeping me in some really dope gear, as well as helping me travel around, pay for a lot of the expenses that come with competing. They've been great to work with. Two Minds, I think number one, keeping me fresher than everybody else. Um, Number two, they help me a lot with travel as well, getting me flights around to competitions, to teach seminars, to train and do different things. It's a special company. I got a really great relationship. One of my best friends owns it and has done really well. Shout out to Jesse Dong. Peak Performance is another one that I've been actually working with for a long time now. They are massage and recovery right here in Northern Virginia. They really don't get any better than them. They're always there for me. They help me for injuries, they help me in recovery. They've got an entire team full of people that are above and beyond what most massage and recovery places offer. So shout out to them. Shout out to Barberia, my barber, Dr. Mucho. I mean, right now I got to come see him again because things are getting a little crazy, but my man is the best in the business. So I'm just thankful to be able to look as good as I do because of them with my hair and my beard. They take care of me. Alpha Boost Peptides, another team that I work with, being 36 years old. I mentioned I like to biohack and do whatever I can to make sure I feel good, I'm operating correctly. So shout out to Alpha Boost. They're always doing everything they can to make sure I'm healing and recovering and doing everything I can to perform my best. Trying to think who else we got. Obviously, Ascend Jiu Jitsu, my gym. Um, Super thankful. Shout out to Sean Stutman, my coach, who's been riding with me since white belt and, helping mold me into who I am today, and all my teammates. I'm challenging my teammates to get out and compete more. We've got a handful of guys that are competing a lot with me traveling, but I'm really trying to push some of these guys to get in there and try their luck at some of these PGF qualifiers. Like, obviously they're all in my corner. They're supporting me doing this, and I'm like, hey, why not you? Let's get on, get out there. Let's get on the fucking team together. So I'm challenging my teammates to step it up, get out of their comfort zone this year, and try to, get on some bigger stages. Higher grappling. my kids program. We started this year, well, actually last year, and we've got a good group of kids. We're growing this program. We're trying to grow youth no-gi grappling, wrestling, wrestle jitsu style, competition focused. Like if you're a competitor, you don't, we want you to feel at home here, but also if you're not a competitor, if you're not a competitor, we want you to feel at home. But we are really kind of competition focused for youth no-gi jiu-jitsu who are trying to make a run at some of these ADCC Opens and anything else no-gi related. Nova Barbell, I can't forget them. Shout out to Asim, who writes all my strength and conditioning programs, works with me, nutrition, strength conditioning, whatnot, make sure that I'm staying healthy, staying strong, and operating my best. I think I got all the sponsors. I hope so. If I left anyone out, Choju, I'm sorry. How could I forget? Choju, New Hope Regeneration. I am so thankful. Also, as I mentioned earlier, working with New Hope has been a pleasure. Working with Choju now, 2026. I'm one of the Choju athletes. Their BCAA and electrolyte mix is like the best version of Gatorade without actually being Gatorade with all the dyes and the bullshit inside of that. So if you really want BCAAs for recovery and you really want good electrolytes that taste really well in between classes, rehydration, morning hydration, whatever you're using it for, Choju's the bomb. Use my code Cameron Hurd to save like 10%, I think. And then, yeah, New Hope Regeneration, like I said earlier. Been part of their community for a long time. Thankful to be an actual part of their team and to represent the Vegas Kings in this next season.
All right. So, no, I'm good. Cam, I mean, we've talked for a long time. We talked before season 5. We talked during season 5, and every season since then. And I'm telling you right now, your journey has been heroic. You are the hero's journey, sir.
Thank you.
You came in as a wrestler that started jiu-jitsu. That I mean, admittedly, I'm just gonna call it. Like I think they thought you'd come in and get smoked a little bit, but you threw smoke on other people. You didn't get a lot. You didn't get subs, but you were just a stalwart gentleman that always put on a fight. And every season you've improved. And let's see, for PG Criminy, perhaps I should say, you have just leveled up so dang much. We were actually talking about this on the bullpen live earlier today. They were talking about it and I was in the chat, and we're so proud of you. And I mean, you've just espoused everything that is possible. For a gentleman that's a wrestler that started a real life. You did pharmaceutical sales, and then somebody said, "Hey, try this jujitsu thing," and you're like, "Oh, okay, let's give that a go." And now you're a killer at it. And
Thank you.
If I hypothetically had a team, I might fight to get you on that. But if I hypothetically had a team, I might not. I would hypothetically have less money than a stem cell company. So is what it is. So
Understandable.
yeah.
Hypothetically. Of course. No, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm very fortunate. And again, I got a biggest sponsor and shout out of all. I got to shout out God for giving me the opportunity, the abilities, the health, the support system, just putting me in this life and giving me a dream. I always like to share this quote. It's like God gave you that dream for a reason. It might seem crazy to everybody, just like John Jock said, I think back from the season 6 documentary. It's like, dream might be crazy to everybody, but it doesn't matter because it's your dream. So that's kind of what I've taken to heart, and I've been living it out and just chasing that every day, hoping that it inspires my kids, my family, my friends, my teammates, the kids that I'm teaching in the youth program. I hope it's something for them to look up to and not be afraid to go after.
I'll just say, Cam, honestly, as a dad, as a jiu-jitsu guy, although I'm like at 6 a.m. just hobbyist, it's like does stuff before work. You freaking motivate me. And you show what a dad that has a real job, and they can be a good father, but then it can also do amazing things outside of that. You motivate the crap out of me, and with that, before I start any sawdust in the air, we're gonna say goodbye. And so Abe can do some stats, and don't worry about the green room because it's gonna be a while because Abe's gonna nerd out with us.
All right.
But just know this: I wish you well against every team except for that fourth mysterious team, and then I wish you get smashed. Rob.
Thank you. I hate to disappoint, but thank you.
Love you, brother. Talk to you later.
Love you too, man. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, Abe. It's the Abe show.
Abe
let's
show.
nerd out.
Let's nerd out.
Fans out there still there and joining us now. I mean, we got a Philly qualifier tomorrow. And you're in beautiful freaking Hawaii.
Hawaii.
We get a little pause. So let's go. Show us what's going on with this qualifier.
Yeah, so I had the good idea of why not do a pre-qualifier analysis for the last two. So I did this on the 17th. I think I only got at the time it was only 18 people registered, and one dude had his account his smooth comp blocked, so I wasn't able to get it. But so just a quick overview of this report. So this is a pre-event threat analysis for everyone that signed up for the Philly Phenoms qualifier tomorrow at Finishers MMA. I'm not sure if there's still time to sign up, but if there is, you should definitely do it. So this isn't ranking the best athletes, not really coming up with a prediction or guaranteed outcome. It's just giving you an evaluation of how likely an athlete is to do in this event. So how this works overall is just to make it fair.
I'm gonna drop off, so you just run the show, man. So
yeah.
I'll
No worries. So how this works is I took to make it fair for everyone that's registered, I took their last 8 matches only for no gi. Only one guy was the very last guy, only had 3 matches in his smooth comp history. So make it fair, only took the 8 matches. And then right here is the top threat profile. So this table summarizes here who is the highest finishing danger. So we got Kyle Kemp from 10P Livonia. Don't remember where Zach is from. So all of these guys, super high threat scores, very high confidence of that they will finish. And there's kind of 3 different style dynamics that I was able to evaluate. So finishers, they tend to finish and do well in qualifier formats because they finish the match fast, and the only way to win is by submission. Grinders, they like to control the pace, but sometimes they might have to do some wild exchanges to secure the wins. And the wild cards, their profiles are volatile because they do good, they do bad, so they have mixed outcomes. So it kind of makes them hard to plan against. But based on this analysis, the projected winner is Kyle Kemp from 10th Planet Livonia. He enters the highest. He enters the event with the highest threat profile with 8 matches analyzed and 88% submission rate. His threat score leads the field, and this is So this is the result of the data says Kyle's going to win. I personally think that this gentleman right here, I'm going to put my money on Jaden Groner. He's from 10th Planet Lombard. I put my money on him because of other analysis that I've done for Subspectrum and ADCC events. I see his name a lot, and he looks like a pretty big dude from 175. So data says Kyle Kemp. I'm going to say Jaden Groner just because I've seen his analysis before. And final takeaway right here, qualifiers, they definitely reward pace, decisiveness, composure under pressure, and overall, this analysis highlights athletes that are the most capable of capturing those moments before the matchup's even set. So, that's it for this analysis. Take it back to you, Egghead.
No, love it. I mean, so, folks, maybe we buried the lead, and I'll lead to this in a second. I love that. Hopefully, that's an IPA. I prefer IPAs. But he's on vacation, so Abe is
My bad.
What's that?
I'll say my bad. I forgot I was on the podcast for a second. I just had a beer right here, and I was like, I don't want to drink it.
You can have a beer. It's okay. I mean, I was on the Unprofessional Grappling Federation PGF Insiders for like 5 years. We had many beers, and it's all good, brother. And you're on vacation. Abe is actually, he left the beach to come back to us to give us a little bit of love and give us some analysis, some stats. And so I guess here's the thing is that Abe and I are working together for, as I said, a peaceful transition of power from one Marine to another to give you somebody that's actually like more skilled at giving you the stats. We're going to work on, combining the qualitative and the quantitative information to give you information and to give the commentators information, etc. And we're going to make this work because unfortunately, I mean, according to Raf, I have been fired in disgrace. So let's just get to this right now. According to Raf and Tim Freeman, I was fired in disgrace because I messed up the numbers and gave Jet an extra kill last season. I fixed it before the finale, but it's okay. He still won the whole damn thing, so he's okay. And Raph keeps like clinging on to this because I smoked him in the fantasy, and he wants to say there's nothing there. So is what it is. And I'm gonna give Raw JB Infantry Marine right there. Wow. So watch out. If you're in the DR, we got Marines everywhere. So watch out. Watch your six. We're everywhere. But I'll give CJ perhaps a second because I didn't warn him about this. But shit. We told it during the bullpen live today. So Abe is taking over my spot as far as being the stats guy for the PGF because I'm now an owner. Ta-da!
Should there be like some? There we go.
There we go.
I'll drink to that.
There we go. That's what we got, Abe. We here we go. I got the 15th Mio here, PGF. I got my 3-4 dark side over here. I'll drink to that. Hoorah. So if you're still here, an hour and 8 minutes in, yeah, it's been a journey. So Abe, I've gone from the comment section. Oh, well, there we go. So the producer has said, please go watch or check out the Colorado Wolverines website because he says we need to be able to afford this thing. And we're signing. We've signed, Caleb Crump and Jonathan Wilson, Officer Grimy, and Caleb Crump to PGF veterans who are gritty as hell. And I chose them because we're gonna, as far as the Wolverines, we are spotlighting and we're giving an opportunity for Colorado jiu-jitsu athletes to have a spotlight on them. And we're going to spotlight and accentuate Colorado gyms and Colorado businesses. And, Caleb and Jonathan, Officer Grimy, have 100% built, have bought in. It's down there below that a little bit, but we got Kenny Johnson, who came of his own accord to the PGF. He was a Iowa wrestler under Dan Gable. I mean, that lineage does not get more legit. I mean, holy. Yeah.
When people talk about lineage, like jiu-jitsu lineage, whatever, but that's legit lineage.
Yeah, I mean, Iowa under Dan Gable.
Yeah.
Whoo! Yeah, and one of Kenny Johnson's keys is that like he finds a way to integrate wrestling with jiu-jitsu. And you've already seen my two franchise players, Caleb Crump and Jonathan Wilson, are big wrestlers. and I might focus a little bit on wrestling guys because I shouldn't be telling them my strategy. Whatever. No, I'm gonna do it, CJ. So I mean, we're gonna be the old school, like freaking Packers. We're gonna have like 3 plays. We're gonna run it down your throat, and by week 3, we're gonna break people. We will break people, and their souls, their bodies will be broken because the mile high maulers will break them. And I got 2 guys already there, and I mean, and Rayfield likes to style himself as the Piston. Okay, brother, giddy up. I'm bringing some serious maulers against you, and when they all break, whether it be their bodies or their souls, we will take over, and we will win this season, and we will elevate Colorado Jiu-Jitsu to where it should be. Abe, I'm sorry, Abe.
No, one last thing. So we'll have to talk about when we want to publish the preseason team rankings, but you might be surprised where Colorado lands for the preseason rankings. So more to come.
And Abe, God love you. That's kind of where the the quantitative versus qualitative comes in to be, where your job is, both a science and an art, and that's something I learned. Is that there's numbers, and then you have to actually give the weight to the numbers, and so you got to figure things out. And don't get me wrong, Rob. the other teams, their top 2 guys are rough. I mean, obviously we just Cam Hurd on here, and he's a beast. Love him. We and he's got like Jet Thompson, Oki from Muskogee. I mean, I'm the first guy to watch the little grapplers with him. Love him, no question about that. Period. But they get holes, they got gaps we can exploit. We're Marines. We know how to do that. I mean, the Alabama Twisters, they got Elijah Carlton, Kevin Buring. Whoo! Talk about some threats. I mean, Elijah should be the first guy in the Hall of Fame of the PGF. I love him. I mean, he's been the bad guy. He's been the jabroni. He's now reformed as the prodigal grappler, and I love his babyface turn and the fact that he's like becoming a better man. But we got to crush him, and there's enough film of him, so we can do that. Kevin Buring, we're gonna have him on soon, so we'll see if he wants me to make me eat my words. We've seen him since he was a baby blue belt. He was a white belt when he won the Jacksonville qualifier to make it to season 3, and he's a great dude. Him and his dad, Big Daddy, are phenomenal gentlemen, and so I wish them the best, other than us crushing them. And so again, love them, no question about it. Philly Phenoms, hey, Andrew Cockle, salt of the earth, Philly guy, about an hour and a half from Philly. And I never had to understand the accent from that area, but he definitely has it. But he competes all the time. I truly, I want him to succeed because I love guys from a regional area that like step up and make something happen. And so I want him to do phenomenally against everyone else. And then of course Derek Rayfield, he might be one of the most interesting athletes we've ever had in the PGF, and huge fan of his, and give him big hugs at the Pasadena qualifier, and I'm very pumped for him to be a part of the Phenoms. And I again had Lauren Barone on the show, and I want her to succeed, but we gotta smash them. So you're on notice, PGF teams. The Colorado Wolverines are coming for you, and we will smash. That's just the order of the day. So
If they die, they die.
you might rip off a sub or two, but you know,
Out of my way, jabroni!
how did that happen? Okay, interesting. So I didn't even know the cam was still there. I might have screwed something up. CJ screwed, fixed me. But regardless, it's game on, guys. It's game on. Pardon me for the boomer millennial moment there, Zennial. But I'm sorry, CJ. As Raph said, everything good about this podcast is on him. Here we go. Here's your moment, CJ. The Colorado Wolverines are here to smash. Period. We are coming to break the other teams down. I don't care if we get a submission in day 1 or day 2. By day 3, we're going to break the bodies and the souls of our opponents, and you will see that we will be the winners in the end. Period. Wolverines. Really? I said Wolverines, and you didn't throw in the Wolverines.
Yeah, I mean, I hear all your aspirations, and I respect, and I love the
So CJ is
positivity.
like, I'll give you a retort.
Um,
Okay, CJ. I mean, what team are you
but
on, CJ?
I can guarantee you, me and Jet are not breaking at any point during out the season. And I'm hoping, the guys we pick up in the draft are the same caliber. And I think that's what they're looking for. They're looking for guys that are going to be just like that season 7 New Hope Regeneration team, that the starting team was the finishing team. We had nobody sit out. We had no alternates come in. Everybody was tough as shit. And it's going to be no different. Nobody's breaking. I understand it's going to be hard. That's why they're bringing me and Jet back into this, to instill that in the other guys and kind of guide them and let them know the gauntlet that they're about to go through and help prepare these guys for it. We're going to be ready. So
I got you, Cam.
the Vegas Kings are going to run away with another one.
This
And
is
I
where
understand it wasn't the Vegas Kings when we ran away with it. It was the New Hope
no, I
Regeneration
got you.
team. But
I got you.
same franchise, same team,
This,
same.
this is where I ask my son where his loyalties lie. He wants some equity in the team, and then he brings you back on, and he I'm like, but I mean,
Gotta talk some shit. You gotta sell it.
I know he's a fan of yours. I mean, come on, man. Come on. You're my son. I paid for your college. Now, don't freaking bring him back on. I mean, at least, I mean, you already lost it. I mean, so he's still here. Cam, I mean, obviously, okay, we'll break kayfabe a little bit. I mean, I love you, and there's no question about that. I want the best for you, 100%. I mean, we'll still clip the other crap. It's fine. I mean, in the end, okay, we'll just be 100% transparent with everyone. Every owner knows that the mission is we all win.
Yeah.
And so I want you to do amazing. I want my guys to smash you, but otherwise you to do amazing.
Appreciate that.
And every team wants us all to have just a great show, to spotlight you, to spotlight Jet, to spotlight, Officer Grimy, Jonathan Wilson, to spotlight Caleb Crump, to spotlight Elijah Carlton, who CJ, I'm sorry, Cam, CJ is his biggest fan. You're not number one.
I'm a fan of Jabroni myself, so
exactly, and prodigal son. I mean, and Lord knows, there we go. Lord knows that I'm super happy with Elijah and him finding his faith and being in a good place.
For sure. Shout out to that big time. Love seeing that. Seeing like the Jabroni that I met in season 5 and the guy he is now. And he's always been a badass. He's always been good. He's always been fun to watch. But seeing him progress too, like on and off the mats, has been really cool. So I'm looking forward to being around him more at the PGF. looking forward to being around all the teams, all the guys. Like you said, the goal is for everybody to win. And I think most guys get that. Obviously, we're all competitive. We're all there to win. We all want to be that. We want everybody to do well. We just want to do the best, and but that doesn't come with wishing downfall on someone else. I want someone else to do well, and then I want to do even better, because I don't want to do better than somebody who's not doing a great job. I want to be the best of the best. So I want to see the guys succeed. I want to see them thrive. And then I want to be the guy that outshines even that. So that should be everybody's mentality. And with that mentality always comes respect for all the other fighters. And, it's a great platform. It's going to launch everyone's career. Everyone that's a part of this season is going to grow and get better from this. They're going to grow their audience, grow their fans, just like, Jabroni's grown fans. I've grown fans.
Yeah.
You're going to get better as a grappler. You're going to make friends that you keep up with for a long time. So everybody part of this PGF family. Even back to season 5, you guys said that, welcome to the family. And here we are, about to be my 4th season. I'm part of the family for sure. And guys that I've seen come into the family, even since I've been here, has been cool. So I'm just always thankful to be part of the PGF.
You're 100%. I told you, and I told everyone else, once you're part of it, the passion from everyone, from the guy that's holding the camera, making sure he gets the shots for you, to the commentator, to the pre-post show, to everyone. We are everything about giving you the shine and giving you everything you deserve, because you put your body on the line. Again, I couldn't be more proud of you and what you've done. What you've shown me that can be done as a dad and as somebody that has a real job, because I do too. And I definitely am not doing your things, but I'm at least motivated by you. And again, Derek Rayfield, he's a lightning rod, and he's the Robin stuff. But here's the thing.
Love that too. I love the word.
I know you know him off the mats, and I know him off the mats, and he's just a really passionate guy that cares about his people, and that's just, he just puts his heart on his sleeve, and that's who he is. And we're trying to make him a little bit more professional. Okay, I got it, CJ. The man child said I got to wrap it up. The same thing with all the teams. Andrew Cockle, I'm really excited about him because I want him to represent his community. Jonathan Wilson and Caleb Crump, they're representing Colorado, because Wolverines is all about Colorado. Our athletes, our teams, our gyms. It's for us, by us. That's our whole mandate. Period, for us. But everyone's different. It's fine. The Twister's a badass. Elijah and Kevin Buring. We've seen Kevin Buring since he was like a baby blue belt, white belt, and they have Sean Applegate as their coach.
Great coach.
Giddy up, Cam. Because he's awesome. Anyway, so I've been told to shut her down, and so Cam, as the man, that's the guest, and I already said goodbye to you once, so perhaps the second time.
But you decided to talk all that shit about Colorado Wolverines winning it, and I had to come back in here.
If you say the name, you get the audio clip. It's just how it is.
I like the audio clip. I do. But the Kings are taking this season. Don't want to rain.
And honestly, stop it. Yo, my producer over here. Cam. Obviously, Kevin Lucas is a very smart guy. With regeneration has been birthed with this, and he's he's a very smart businessman, and he loves the PGF, and he believes in the PGF, in being the top promotion. So I'll follow him like crazy, and I know you will because you're part of his team. And so again, I don't have to hate you because you're against me. I can be very happy for you, and congratulations for joining the Yankees. Luckily you shave your hair like they did Johnny Damon when he left the Sox and went to the Yankees.
Just like season 5 when Team Epic Roll formed the Yankees when Zoe and Matt came in.
Yeah, but we
Actually,
fixed
I've been
that.
a part of 2 winning seasons. Only one with the cash prize, but 2 winning teams. Might be something worth the stat book, Abe.
write that down.
We fixed that a little bit, okay? So we fixed it a little bit. So, there's only so much money each team has this season. But
I would say, I guess I'm other than Elijah. Elijah's been on multiple winning teams as well with X Marshall, and then we were both on the Epic Roll team too. And I don't know about prior to season 5, but as far as being multiple team winners, being on multiple team championship teams, me and Elijah have both been on 2.
Elijah, before 5. Okay, thank you, CJ. Before season 5, kind of season 3, we cared a little bit, and that was like toe hold with Sean Applegate as a coach, and he actually got all of his team in the playoffs. That was unprecedented. He actually got all of his team in the playoffs. And here's a crazy thing, just since we're here and screw it, we're gonna go along, whatever. That draft order was determined by Connect 4. If you look back, and it's there if you go back. You might have to be a member. I don't know, but the draft is actually pretty fun. It was really even a blast back then. But Sean Applegate found out it was Connect 4, and he played every member of his gym every night until the draft. And so he's like, "You've been practicing?" "No, not really. I just played everyone every damn night," and that's the Sean Applegate way. And so,
of course, he's always got a plan.
He's a mad genius, man. So watch your holes in your game, because he'll find them. And
I know.
I'm gonna watch the holes in my guys' games, because he'll find them. It's okay. Our holes don't matter, because we'll still smash and break, so it's fine. Anyway, so okay, CJ, anything else you want to throw in there randomly? No, we're good. Okay, he's laughing now. Okay, very well. All right, so Cam, again, I don't know what he's doing now.
I can hear him laughing from the other room.
He's supposed to be outside, but is what it is. Hey, this is Raph said everything good about this podcast is really my son, so fair enough. Again, Cam, I love you, sir.
Thank you, man. Love you too.
You came from being just collegiate wrestler that did a little bit of jiu-jitsu, and then you are a legit threat. You are a legit badass. Like, you're a franchise player for a damn reason. You're not just a wrestler anymore. You're a problem. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about that.
It's a lot coming from you, a guy who knows the stats and knows the data as well as you have. I've always wanted your approval, so I appreciate that.
He was mad. I didn't give you much love on the season 5. But
it's okay. I didn't deserve it as much.
I
gave me a chip on my shoulder. Thank you.
Yeah, but you're killing it, and again, you're impressive, and I don't know what the hell he's doing anymore, so I'm just gonna say goodbye to you now instead of him. So goodbye, Cam, and again, love you. See you in March 4th, and giddy up, brother. We're gonna smash you. Oh, you're gonna be at the draft?
I will be at the draft. So I'll see you at the draft. I'll be there. Then I got to fly back. Have a meeting the very next day, but I wouldn't miss it. I mean, I got to fucking there. Who's going to be the best dressed if I'm not there? I can't leave it up to these other guys.
I mean, okay, so we didn't say it, but your little promo spot in that video
I was the
I
only
mean-
one with the street clothes on,
I mean, Johnny Cage, a little
That's
bit.
the same. That's the same vibes I got too. I got Johnny
I mean,
Cage.
I was like,
I like it.
whoo, but you ain't gonna just like do the splits and hit somebody in the nuts. You're gonna double leg somebody and like launch them.
Put him through a
I
couch.
mean, so Abe, if
Some
here's
of
a
my teammates
qualitative
been calling me
analysis.
Hollywood Hurd, so that kind of goes
There we
Johnny
go.
Cage vibe. I like it.
I love it. So I mean, Abe, here's a stat you need to know and you need to track for the season. How many couches does Cam throw somebody into this season? Because between him and Howarth, the last time he was in the season, the question was like, could they get the blackout? Could they hit everyone?
Almost got all of them in one match.
You can do that.
All right. So again, we're hearing Echo, and I don't know what he's doing. So I will take the producer role, and I will just say, Cam, it's an honor. I'm inspired by you. And you know what? I don't actually have a job this season. So maybe I'll see you at noon during some open mats and you can smash me or do whatever the hell. And maybe I'll wrist lock you, man. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. I'm an old man. We'll figure it out. So, anyways, love you, brother. We'll talk later.
Thank you. Love you too.
Malaho.
No.
What are we doing?
Well, because you weren't reacting. Anyway, so he apparently decides he wants to be a producer again. Gotta love the man child. So Abe, what else got? Anything? I mean, I'm sorry we're keeping you from your Hawaii vacation, man. So yeah.
Nope. I'm good to go if you are.
He's like, God dang it, let me get to the beach, damn it. So Abe is in Oahu, and this is how much he loves the PGF, is that he took some time off to talk to us. And again, thank you, Abe, and we'll talk some more. You're the Omnibus Dominus stats guy for the PGF.
It's an honor and it's very nerve-wracking, but I'm ready.
So talk to me, Mac, because it's not my job anymore. So love you, bud. I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna sign off here.
Later.
Damn it, CJ. I was hitting the button and you're hitting the button. I thought you weren't. All right. At some point in time, we will be professional. We're going to work on that. But, to be very fair, CJ and I are both also the owners of sophomore humor from a senior in college. All right, we'll reset this. So, really quickly, yes, the Colorado Wolverines are the fourth franchise in the PGF, and the Colorado Wolverines are owned by. Thank you, CJ. Good Lord, they're owned by me and my man-child, the producer, CJ Seagraves, that's in the background, and so it's the father-son duo that's making this happen. We are here to support the Colorado athletes and give them some shine, the Colorado gyms, the Colorado businesses. This is a for us by us situation, and so we need your support. So go to coloradowolverines.com and check out the website. And, if you want to be a partner, we can make that happen. We're about relationships. And if you want to build a relationship with us, let's go. But, I got to shout out the podcast. And as we say, not everyone can have a 20-pound brain. I'm going to help you out with that. But until